off on a lovely boat cruise around Brisbane Harbor, I realized what my problem was. So let me take you through what we were doing before and what I think the problem is. So here is the original problem specification. The original problem specification says we need to use phase settings 5 through 9, use exactly once, and then we need to continue sending and receiving signals until it halts, and then we need to read the final value out of amplifier E. So I got bitten by a really obscure problem inside of the Go code. The really obscure problem is that I am feeding in a output value that does not actually exist. So I actually need this. So if it's not okay, then I need to, let's see, how do I tell whether there is further input on this? Let's see. So if it's closed, then I need to check. Oh, right. Something like this. I think that should do the trick better. Oh, that needs a bracket there. Okay, now I think this might work. Still not. All Go routines are asleep. Where are all Go routines asleep? The other thing is, okay, that's fine. So how does this work? So I need to print something when I terminate, I think. So why didn't that work earlier? Now I'm failing to read. So this is the if that's the final output. Feed F gets fed true, return. Otherwise, this for statement falls through and that returns. Okay, that should be fine. The other way to handle this is, in theory, I could use a sync. Let's do it that way. I think that makes a little bit more sense semantically. Okay. So then let's break out of the loop. And over here, we need to see. That's the syntax of sync wait group. Syntax is, it's add, done, and wait. Okay. weight group is weight group add weight group done, and weight group weight. Okay. All go routines are asleep, so one of them's waiting for the weight group to finish. All of these are trying to send because they're trying to output. All of these are trying to receive at the same time. That shouldn't be possible. That's fascinating. Oh, I see. These are all the things that are trying to receive and retransmit. So all of these processors are trying to send values that are not being read. And all of the rest are trying to read values that are not being sent. So weird. It only fails after it hits a sufficiently large point. So that should be... okay. I think something like that should do the trick. No, none of these forwarders actually hit their finished code. Okay. That's interesting. So why is it that that's never finishing? If it's read its final input and output its final output. Oh, that breaks the select. Got it. Okay. That's my bad. Okay. So defer, WG done. Okay. Coding error fixed. And now still failing. Okay, so definitely feeding values one to the other. It's just not terminating correctly when it should. Okay. So if I am finished, okay, let's have a look at done's. Yep, done's is there. Done's of I equals done. Yep. Done is make Chen bool. Ah. Am I subtly racing here? I wonder whether I'm subtly racing here. Okay. Let's just try that. Not that I expect that to be the case, but surely this is not what's happening here. No, okay, that's not... Oh, there we go. Fascinating. Now this time it got further. Yep, finishing from order from 0 to 1, 3 to 4, 1 to 2, and then that should result in 4 being passed to 5, and then 5 finishing. Yeah, that fails differently than it did before. Okay. So I'm pretty sure I understand what's going on here. So I close the outputs, and I mark it done. Huh. Oh, I see. What's going on here? For each output, if it's possible to write it into inputs IDX, then I feed it. If it's not possible to feed it, then I stop feeding it. It should only trigger because things should only... Huh. Okay. 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and then it fails to pass from 4 to 5. Oh, because, oh, yeah, it should fail to pass from 4 to 5 because 4 goes to 0. So that's actually finished there. That should be finished there. Okay. Yep. No, I believe that. So that should never have, yep, send unclosed channel. That's a panic. That's correct. Okay. So this original ordering that I had here was correct. Or I needed to do this. Oh. I wonder whether doing it this way was the correct way here. Okay. Okay. All right, let's try that and seeing whether that works correctly. Okay, now it's failing to realize. Okay. I think this is just a error condition in which these things are racing each other. Okay. How do I solve this? This return is never being called. Oh, because it reads a value. Okay. Yeah, this case is never being triggered because I output a value. It signals that it doesn't need any more input. Then why doesn't it terminate? Let's have a look at this. Okay. So the semaphore is doing the wait group. That's fine. A VM is trying to send a result 2 VMs are trying to send a result on line 49. 3 VMs, all of them are trying to send a result on line 49. Oh, trying to output to done. Oh, but only one thing is reading done. Ah. And then the rest of this never fires because nothing else is reading done. Okay. Yeah, okay, now I understand my bug. Oh, that makes me feel so bad. See, I could increase the channel length. Does that work? There we go. That's a little better. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So now this is wrong. W.wait. WG add. Oh. Here. That's my problem. It's panicking send unclosed channel. Why is it panicking send unclosed channel? This is at line 83. Oh, why is done? Why can I not read from done and yet that shouldn't be the case? Finish shorter from 3 to 4. Yeah, okay, now that's correct. So why did this finish early? And it's not filling consistently either. Let's go look at this code now. It's generating a new done channel every time. Done correctly. Sets done before closing inputs. That should be fine. So this is the normal exit case. That is... How is it that inputs is... Oh, because in the execution order, done is called... You know what? I don't think I need to close inputs. I think I can just get rid of that line. I think it'll still behave fine. Nope. No, it thinks it's trying to send to a channel that that's never going to receive it because it's already terminated. Out of curiosity, what happens if I run this? No, that is not happy. Yep, feeding from 4 to 0, but 0 didn't finish already. Okay. How do I avoid that situation? I really don't want to shove more buffer on this, but I will if that's what it literally takes. Let's do this. All right. This absolutely pains me to do. This should not be necessary. Let's see. Let's try that. I hate this. Yep, that does it. Okay. This makes me really, really unhappy, but it actually works. 18216, 136, something, something, something. Yep, okay. Let's go turn this back to debug and put this under debug only. I'm kind of mad, and I'll have to debug this off camera later, because that should not need to be necessary in Golang. Okay. So that yields the correct result. That yields the correct result. And now if I run it on my actual input, I get an answer. So let's try feeding it in. Okay, that did the trick. I'm very much not happy with that code, but I'm going to go ahead and commit it and call it a day. Okay. Let's just make sure this stuff works. Oh, it doesn't. All right, and let's try that now. Yep, that still works. Good. That still works. Okay. The 7p solution. Okay. And we'll push that out so people can have a look at it on their own machines. And then let's go back and look at day number 8, which I hear from Buzz on Reddit says that it's easier. So let's do that. Okay, day number 8. All right, space image format. Okay, so there's a certain number of image layers that contains the fewest 0 digits. All right. Okay. Left to right, top to bottom. Yep. Okay, 25 pixels wide, 6 pixels tall. Fair enough. All right. Okay. Yep, that is all fine. That is all fine. Cool. Something like this. And 08. Let's grab my input. And let's paste that right in there. Cool. Okay. 25 pixels wide. Rows at 6 pixels tall. Excellent. Cool. So we need, oh, this is just all in line. So okay. Okay. All right. Contents. All right. So I need to have a number of layers. Make of, I think that should do the trick. My God, this is funny. Okay. So all right, then all right, layer 0. Okay. Okay. Oh, that should be const. Okay. Okay. Probably want to store this way. Okay. Think that'll work. Okay. Right. Layers, layer. I think that should do the trick. And I'm being asked to find what the layer that contains the fewest 0 digits and then the number of 1 digits multiplied by the number of 2 digits. Okay. Cool. And layers. Okay. Okay. Fewest zeros. Math max int. Actually, it can just be cols times rows. Okay. Okay. I think something like that should work. All right. Cool. Okay, and now if zeros is greater than zeros, fewest zeros, ones times twos. Okay. Okay, I think that should do the trick. Don't need strings, that is true. Line 23. Oh, oops, that needs a number. Line 22. Why is that? Oh, there we go. Oh. Grumble, grumble. $31. Oh. And finally, oh, righto. I think that just works. Okay, line 57, ret is not declared. Oh, it's that. Okay. Line 35. Oh, right. That is correct. That is because there he goes. Okay. There we go. Let's just double check that. Yeah, I think that seems fine. So let's try plugging that in. That's the correct answer. Good. Part 2. Stack and align the pixels in the same position in each layer. Yep. First layer in front, last layer in back. Okay. Yep. Top visible pixel in each location. What's the back layer? Well, I guess a value could have a transparent pixel all the way at the back if it were all transparent. Okay. Message is produced after. Great. That seems simple enough. Cool. All right. Okay. All right. So now rows. Okay. For C 0. C is less than cols, C++. 4, 0, I is less than, oh, actually, I just need this. This is layer. House numbered. So first layer is in front, last layer is in back. Yep, that's correct. Okay, great. Sheet RC. I think it's indexed by RC. Yep, that's correct. If sheet RC is, actually, let's actually define this. Rows, cols. Okay, let's just replace that, do a little refactor as we go. As Hannah Hart says, clean as you go. Okay. Yep. That makes sense to me. That seems good. Okay. Okay. Cool. What am I making? I am doing Advent of Code. It is a set of daily programming puzzles. They release one per day, except for it turns out that every problem has 2 sub-problems in it. If you go to adventofcode.com, you can find out more about it, and I can spend a few minutes talking about it once I'm done. So let's see. If it's transparent, it's a 2. Okay. All right, then we continue. Otherwise, result RC equals sheet RC break. Okay, good. Oh, well, whatever, that's fine. That's okay, we'll do it this way. Printf RC and all right, that should do it. Let's try running this. So I have, this should be 5 by 25 wide, 6 tall. What message is produced after decoding my image? This is in Golang. Okay, let's try doing it this way. So what's going on here? Why is this not working? Sheet RC is 2, and we continue. Okay, so that seems fine. So keep on peeling layers back. I'm indexing layers from layer 0 all the way to the back. Top layer is 0, yep. second. Yeah, so that's interesting. Is it possible I'm just staring at this and I'm not seeing it? All right. So we'll do it this way instead. Kind of. Oh, that indeed is some letters. I just couldn't see it earlier. Okay, I see Lima, Romeo, Foxtrot, Kilo, uniform. Okay, so let us just type that out. I'm not going to do some kind of fancy image recognition. I'm literally just going to type the characters. So, Lima, Romeo, Foxtrot, Kilo, unicorn. Let's double check that. Lima, Romeo, Foxtrot, Kilo, unicorn. Could be Victor as well. And that's correct. Okay, great. That's day 8 right there. Wonderful. Let me go ahead and tidy up my code, and then I will call it a day. Okay. If I were fancy, I'd probably just, let's see, what does it look like if I do this? No, it's clear with the X character. Okay. Fine. That makes sense. That's good. And probably the optimization I could do is literally, yeah, let's do it this way. I think it makes sense to do it better this way. I think we can more simply do it this way. Case 0, case 1. That. All right. I think that works slightly better and is a little bit cleaner. And then this just does. Okay, I think that will work just as fine and be a little cleaner. Line 58, what have I done wrong here? Oh, oops. There we go. Whoa, that's not right. Almost. Oh, I needed the space too. Right. Something like that. I think that should do the trick. Oh yeah, much better. Much cleaner code. Okay. What else can I simplify while I'm here? You know what? I really do not like this structure at all. Int to int. RC. I think that's cleaner. I think that's better. Yeah, that's better. Still yield 2460. Yep. Good. Okay. Wonderful. Format it. Add day 08 solution. And we'll push that over to GitHub so people can have a look at it. Cool. And now going back to the question about what is advent of code. This is advent of code. So it's a daily set of programming puzzles. I've been doing it every single year since it started. So funnily enough, if you look at my calendar from every event, you can see that I have completed 50 stars in 2015, 50 stars in 2016, 50 stars in 2017, 50 stars in 2018, and I am now caught up with as much of 2019 as has released. So each puzzle, let's go back and look at day one real fast. So in day one, we had to compute various numbers and add them together, which is fairly simple stuff, but it winds up getting more and more complicated as you go. So that is what advent of code is. You can complete it in any language. The beginning parts of it are suitable for beginners. As you go, it gets a little bit more challenging. But it is good, jolly fun, and I've liked doing it. And hi, Eric. I'm sure you're going to watch this at some point. Thank you so much for doing this. It's amazing. So I will probably see folks around 4 p.m., 5 p.m., something like that tomorrow, and which in Australian time, which is the same as midnight Eastern time. Every puzzle drops at midnight Eastern. I try to complete them as soon as they release. Unfortunately, sometimes scheduling gets in the way or fatigue gets in the way. So that's why I'm a little off schedule with completing days 7 and 8. Oh, I guess before I wrap up the stream, why don't I try to actually properly fix my day 7 solution, because it's bugging me that I had to add those extra. It's bugging me that I had a concurrency problem that forced me to. I had a concurrency problem that forced me to add extra buffering where I shouldn't have needed extra buffering. So let's go back and look at this to see whether we can quickly fix it. If not, I'm going to give myself a maximum of 10 minutes because it is 11:30 p.m. here. So let's see what I need to do to tidy this up. So problem here was I literally had to buffer the inputs and outputs longer than they needed to be kept buffered. I understand why the done signal needed to be non-blocking, but here, this thing here is absolutely absurd and should not need to happen. Because if I declare I am done, I shouldn't need to further write to this channel. So that's a little infuriating. And basically, the problem was in here. Problem was that I was checking to see whether it was done. If it was done, which should have executed prior. Oh. But let's suppose I did the done check and then done happened. And then I went to inputs. Okay, yeah, no, this is just a fairly standard race. I need a mutex here. Yeah, I would need a mutex here. I can't be arsed to do that. So actually, no, I'm leaving this solution the way it is. It is perfectly beautiful the way it is. So with that, have a good night, folks. Thanks for watching the stream, and I will see folks tomorrow.